Hey guys, it's me again, you know who I am, and you're probably out there looking for an easy way to farm the new relics that came out with Prime Access. Well, I've got just a thing. Now, this farm isn't the fastest, nor does it have the highest chance to drop relics, but it is the easiest. This farm takes about 90 minutes if you decide to go for a full C rotation. It's semi-AFK, but a simple macro that walks you forward and backward every 2 minutes will make this full AFK, and you'll see why later. Now, disclaimer, I don't endorse macros, but whether you choose to use them or not, that's your own prerogative. Personally, I don't use them because they're a pain in the ass to set up. Setup for this farm is very simple. All you'll need is Wukong, a Catch Moon Kit gun. You'll also need Eris unlocked. The node we're going to be farming at is Kala Azar. Now, I tried this with other weapons with the clone, such as the comb. But I noticed that the clone tended to reload whenever it wasn't shooting and sometimes double reloaded, which isn't great for the comb's 2-second reload speed. On top of that, the comb wasn't one-shotting the enemies, which negatively affected our clear speed when we got into the B and C rotations. And if that wasn't enough, the friendly AI doesn't aim for the head. So I ended up settling on a Catch Moon Kit gun with a punch through mod on it. I needed the punch through because the clone's AI has a much larger detection radius than other AI, like Umbra and other Spectres, and it prioritizes shooting enemies rather than staying with you, meaning he'll end up shooting walls a lot. Something also to note is that after 2 minutes of inactivity, the Wukong AI will completely stop working, and the only way to fix it is if you move a little bit. This is where that macro comes into play if you wanted to make this farm full AFK. Now, sometimes the enemy AI will get stuck in this spot, so you have to be on the lookout for that. But other than that, it's semi-AFK, and if the AI doesn't get stuck, it's full AFK with a macro. Now, the amount of waves you want to go for is around 20. So, one full C rotation, and there's no reason to go past a full C rotation. So, don't go past 20 waves. Now, I've done a scaling test, and this loadout does do pretty well past 20 waves. But the further you go, the higher risk you have of your Sentinel dying, and then you'll be losing Medi-Ray. And you'll probably have to heal yourself manually with Cloudwalker, but it's easier AFK when you have your Sentinel alive. Alright, so here's the build. I decided to dump a lot of all the power strength I could muster into this build, as well as Vitality, and this will greatly increase the base stats of our clone, as he gets over 7,000 health, and over 2,000 shields with this much power strength. Now, he doesn't get a damage boost, but this basically means I won't have to ever press 1 again after this. That means I can also forgo efficiency because I'm literally only going to be casting 1 power and that's it, even though I have Streamline in here, just in case an emergency happens. And to keep me... Now, this doesn't work on the clone, but this is just to keep me alive. I have Adaptation here, which gives me 90% damage reduction against whatever element I'm hit by. And if I decide to ever, say, drop Surefoot, put Power Drift here, and then put a Toxin Resist mod, after one single stack of Adaptation, I'll be immune to Toxin damage. And that's also a way to go. Now, I have Surefoot so I don't get basically pulled by Ancients. Though, to be honest, being pulled by Ancients isn't a big deal because it resets the whole inactivity timer thing. But if you wanted to go down the route of having a Toxin Resist mod, like say here, and if I'm change these 2 mods out, what you could do is then equip a melee weapon to automatically block for you, basically, so you won't get knocked down that way. Like a shield or something, or even the Gazelle Machete, and combine it with Jin, which is something I did try. Found out a tankier Sentinel with Medi-Ray is just gonna keep you alive, and since your Sentinel has so much health, it's not gonna go down. So Jin, and a Jin has a tendency of going down around the B rotation. So that's why I'm using Shade. Now for my Catch Moon Kit gun, the parts for this are the Haymaker grip and the Killstream loader. The Splat loader is also good, but in this case, I think that the Killstream would be slightly better because of its reload speed, even though it doesn't have the higher magazine size of the Splat. But since the AI tends to double reload, I think that better reload speed wins out overall. Another reason why I decided to settle on the Catch Moon is that it doesn't have a damage type innately that is bad against Infested like the Tomb Finger does, which is innate radiation, as well as impact and puncture. Whereas the Catch Moon has impact and heat innate, and that helps out a lot against killing Infested. And here's the build. The arcane kind of doesn't matter. Now, Pax Charge does work on AI. It's not very effective though. So I just recommend you don't use it because instead of reloading, they'll just stop shooting often. And they also don't get the double magazine bonus that AI typically do when they have this equipped. So that's a no-go. So my build is very standard. It's a hybrid build, but instead of running Augur Pact here, I'm running our Punch Through mod, which helps out our AI shoot through walls because it does tend to shoot at walls a lot of the time. So that's why this is a must here. You could kind of do this with another weapon with like as long as you have a Punch Through mod, you're kind of good. But your clear speed is helped out greatly if the weapon insta-kills. And since they don't aim for the head, a weapon like the Catchment is perfect because it doesn't have a headshot multiplier, which means it's always going to do its full damage. Other than that, that's all you need, guys. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.